I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
He just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Game over, man. Game over, man. Game over. Well, that's great.
Got the goddamn music. That was epic. This is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. Alright. Whoops. I think my sound was too low. Here we go. Alright, guys. This is the prediction show for Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz. That's right. That's right. A lot of people have been talking about this fight. We've been talking about this fight. But no one really gives you their prediction. Because I think it's a 50-50 fight. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Because now people have to make their predictions. And we're going to write them down. So there's no excuses. And so we're going to be taking phone calls. The phone lines are open. People in the chat will be taking your predictions. Also, I guess if you donate with a super chat, that way we can get more super chats, I guess. So you will be added to the prediction list if you help with the show. Also, we're going to have Mr. BDA here, but right now he's at his Bible studies, of course. He'll be joining us in just a few minutes.
What are you talking about? I'm already here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Welcome.
Oh, and don't use the Lord's name in vain. What's the matter with you?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, we also have Stu, by the way. Stu is also in here. Stu.
What's happening, boys?
What's up? What's up?
Stu?
BDA, don't use the Lord's name in vain.
Well, he's doing everything wrong. He says, I'm not here, and then he uses the Lord's name in vain. What's next, Butcher? You're going to piss on a picture of Christ?
Listen, I'm not afraid of talking about Jesus Christ. I'm more afraid about talking about Allah, because I am going to Saudi Arabia, and I don't know if you guys saw that Michelle Joy Phelps picture. She just landed in Saudi Arabia, and let me tell you, she's not gonna get a lot of followers this time around, because she can't be in her bikini showing her ass and shit, or showing her tits. That's not happening over there. So, a message for Michelle Joy Phelps: stay safe, honey. Right.
Dressed up like a Yazidi refugee, man.
What's the name of that other... there's this other reporter. She's Latina, and I put her picture up once, but I forgot her name.
You're about Michelle Rosado.
Yes, I think that's her. Yeah, the Rosado. I think that's her last name.
That's the one, Terence Crawford.
Which one's the one with the cleavage? Well, they all have cleavage.
That's
the one Terence Crawford slept with, and she was stalking him outside his house and stuff.
Oh.
I think he got arrested.
Come on. Why would he do that?
Well, because he's married and she's outside his house shouting and screaming, and his wife's in there.
You know what? You in life you should make lemonade. Take those lemons and make lemonade, right? I would have invited her over, and I said, "Listen, honey, I got another woman coming in here. She says with me, I'll let you two work it out on me, and whoever does the better work gets to stay. So see, you have some fun with it. That's what I say."
Yep. Agree.
Hey, Pucho, are you
Yeah,
there?
I'm back. Some shit happened. Anyways. Yo, the phones are open, people. Call in, prediction time. We're gonna write it down. No excuses. Gonzalo, you there?
That's right.
All right, welcome to the prediction show. Now, you've been talking a lot about this fight, but I don't think you've told us yet who is gonna win on Saturday, but hold on, we're gonna write it down later. Okay. Oh, shit, I forgot to give a shout out. The Punisher, Jamal Fox, Jesus Christ, Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News, Box, The Fight Scout, The Hand History Vault, Stack Those Banana, Virtuoso, Jonathan Morrison, Hard Recoil, and Saint Brit. Guys, welcome to the show. I was about to say, there's this guy called Mr. Pigeon, Mike Tyson, and people are telling me to let him in the stream. Now, he can't call because he's from the UK, and we can only take phone calls from the United States and Canada. And some people have been saying, rumors are that this guy is a chosen one, and he will be the one who will defeat the LDBC. So,
what?
Yeah, he's the prophecy. He's been prophesized, basically.
What's going on in this fucking
I'm not even
YouTube
joking,
community?
man. He will be the one defeating the LDBC, so I don't know. Maybe we'll having on a little bit.
Keanu Reeves out of Matrix.
Yeah, he's the one. Basically, he's the one.
A bunch of people have been playing too much Warcraft or something, man.
Yeah.
What's the boxing show, for Pete's sakes? Come on.
All right. Let's see. How should we proceed over here? Should we start with our predictions and then take phone calls?
I tell you how we should start out, man. First of all, there's this guy, the guy you just gave a shout out to, Jamal Fox. He just keeps spam. Listen, I'm okay with people speaking their opinion and all that, but when you just start spamming nonstop, Wilder this, Wilder that, Wilder number one, these guys about. It's like, I told you before, I'm trying to clean house here.
That's what I said yesterday. I said, listen, we're fair, but you start writing spamming. This is spamming, and then that's just. It's not an opinion anyway. So Wilder clearing up facts. Yesterday, I think, was he the one saying that, Stu doesn't have any black fighters in his pound for pound list?
You know what? Like I said, it's good in the beginning. It's funny, okay, comical, even. But when you just start spamming, man, it's I can't handle that. I mean, it's my OCD starts kicking in, and I gotta ban you, man. So Jamal, if you come in here, you start doing this shit again, you're getting banned. And it's no skin off our back. It's just one click of a button. That's it. So
I'll just time his ass out, man. I'll just put spam get banged.
All right. Well, listen. You know what?
Okay, next fucking spam is a fucking ban. That's right.
Oh, that rhymes on top of it. Listen. Speaking of Wilder. It's interesting that we had these two heavyweight fights back to back. Well, not back to back, but almost within the same span of time. Wilder and Joshua, they were on a collision course. That fight never happened. And now finally, we're seeing Joshua here against Ruiz. He's got to get past him if he wants to keep the dream alive. We don't know if Wilder's going to get past Fury in their rematch, which is supposedly set for February. But with Tyson Fury, you're just never quite certain whether he's going to drop out and enjoy his life of cake and cocaine. But
man, he's been fine so far. Listen, can you just say one thing about Fury? People are just exaggerating, making things up. He hasn't done anything crazy so far. Since his comeback, I don't understand. He's good. It's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. They want to. Anyways, go ahead.
Anyway, listen, I'm telling you, I'm just not sure about the guy. He has to prove himself that he's back on the serious train here. He's not gonna deviate from that. But that's not really the point. The point is the Ruiz Joshua rematch. Okay. Now, if you want my prediction right away, Butch, I'll give it to you.
Let's
Okay,
begin.
I will give it to you.
Yeah, Butcho. Jason Bourne just did a $10 donation with his prediction. Do you want to read it?
Can you read it?
Uh,
Because I'm setting up some shit here.
I can read it here.
All right, somebody read it.
He says, shout out to Jason Bourne. He says, I'm going with Ruiz by unanimous decision. AJ will be too afraid to engage and will survive, but do nothing. And the UK flag will be flying at half staff. Is it half staff or half mast? I always forget that expression.
I don't know, man. Oh, there we go.
Jason Bourne. He wanted Stu to read it.
Why? Too late.
Let's
see what, donate another $10 and I'll read it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
All right, let's lead this shit.
My prediction. Yeah.
Fury. Ruiz versus Joshua 2. Jason Bourne said Ruiz decision?
Yeah. It's a boring decision.
All right, there we go.
Guys, and if you want your donation to be seen, then obviously the super chat's the way, because we will definitely read them out. But obviously, even the other guys that want to do it without the super chat can get their predictions in. It's just that we might not see them all. So Butcher will write them down.
Yeah.
If we see them. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Anybody in the panel wants to go?
Andy Ruiz.
Stu, do you feel ready?
Ready for what?
Your prediction.
Yeah, I think I do. Do you know what? I saw it. Sky Sports had it on today again, so I thought I'd watch it again. And I've seen things that I think Joshua can change. And when I watched that fight back, I don't think Ruiz was as good as I originally thought. I thought a lot of it was just how poor Joshua was, and not really clean shots he was hitting Joshua. They were decent shots, but they weren't really clean shots. So I mean, Joshua was leading with left hooks, lunging in, leading with left hooks and getting countered. That was his problem. I think he's got to keep it very long, keep it long and keep it with the straight punches. I think the straight punches are the key, the jab and the straight right down the pipe, and then hold Klitschko style. Just lean over this guy. He's a big fat guy, man. I don't care. He's going to tire in the end. He was blowing in that last fight, but it's just that Joshua was blowing early. I mean, when I looked at Joshua's fatigue, I thought, what a joke, looking like that in a boxing ring. It was like a fucking WWE guy in there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That was for the photo shoots, man.
He was blowing early. He's blowing. You could see him blowing. I tell you what, them legs he's carrying along. If you're trying to fight on the back foot with them big tree trunks, I mean, that can't be good for you. So at first, I wasn't confident in Joshua could turn it around because I thought he did so many things wrong. I just don't think one camp would have been enough to polish things up. But when I see the fight, well, like I said, I just see it. And I wasn't as impressed with Ruiz as I originally thought I was, and I think Joshua can do it. So I'm gonna actually say an Anthony Joshua stoppage in the.
I knew it.
I've changed my mind. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to say an Anthony Joshua stoppage in the sixth round. I think if it goes any longer than that, I think he could flag again and start to blow and be taken out like he was last time. But I think Joshua's going to come with a better game plan this time. Like I said, he was leading with left hooks, lunging in with them. He was obviously telegraphing that right hand. Ruiz is a smart guy. He was just taking half a step back and countering with big shots. And, you know, you can't afford to. Joshua's got a lot to polish up on, but I think he can do it. I really do.
Now, still, you've been, for like the past week, since you came back, you've been saying that, you know, you don't really believe in Joshua anymore. And you kind of led us to the conclusion that you didn't think that he was going to win. Now you choose at the end, like it's Monday, and you're choosing Joshua. Is the Brit coming out?
Well, yeah, I'm obviously starting to go with my heart a little bit. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but I was convinced that Ruiz wins the rematch. But after watching that fight again, like I said, I don't think Ruiz did anything spectacular.
Yeah. Let me lower the volume of this. Go ahead.
There's times when Joshua was fighting at range and he was looking quite good and he was looking quite sharp. It's just he just made mistakes, you know. And then in the day, I think if he can polish a couple of them things up, just fight from range and use the straight punches, You know, that left hook, it's all right using it, but it just didn't land all night. Maybe pick and choose when you throw that shot, because he got a bit left hook happy in that last fight, and Ruiz was ducking underneath it every time and landing with a counter. So, yeah, I'm not convinced. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to start mortgaging my house up and putting it on Joshua. Just put it that way. But
What the fuck?
something's telling me I think you can pull it off.
You know
I
what?
think because when he said he went back to the old school, you know, he was talking about he had all these people in his team that were fucking monocottling and worrying about if he had the right trainers on when he was running, if he had this, if he had that, the right water bottle. He reckons he's gone back to the old school boxing, you know, the old fucking Rocky 4-star of training. He reckons that's what he's doing, and I like that. You know, I think so you can have too many people around you feeding you with the ideas, and you get confused. You've got to keep it quite simple when it comes to boxing, and I think that if he keeps it simple with the straight punches, fighting at range, grab hold of Ruiz and hold him when he gets inside, don't let him leash them combinations in the pocket, I think you can do it.
Okay.
You know, it's interesting. By the way, just real quick, Saint Britt, shout out to Saint Britt, who donated the super chat. He says Ruiz stops him in the 9th. In the 9th. I gotta tell you, with this whole thing about the Ruiz Joshua, Stu said you're saying you're not very impressed with Ruiz, but I gotta tell you, man, rewatching the fight, especially when we watched it with Recognize the Matrix, Gonzalo and Bucho, we started seeing that after the knockdown, Ruiz really took control over the fight, and he was not just the hand speed of the power. I mean, he was countering Joshua. He was countering Joshua, setting him up. And it seemed like he had a better idea of what to do and how to execute it than Joshua, who it seemed was just going through the motions trying to find out what worked. He was always one step behind Ruiz. And it seems to me like Ruiz has, because prior to Dimitrenko, he hadn't even beaten anybody of note. Now all of a sudden he comes in here, he beats Joshua. And I think he improved in 3 fights. He has improved a lot. So, hold on a second. Pete just donated with the super chat. He says Ruiz is going out like the Mexican Rahman. Adios, Andy. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, Rahman never really showed the mental. Rahman's biggest win was against Lennox Lewis, right? The first one. It was a very tame affair up until the knockout. Ruiz in this fight, in the Joshua fight, he showed he's got balls. He got up from a huge knockdown. Started training with the bigger man right after the knockdown. He didn't clinch. He didn't try to run. He didn't try to survive. He stepped in there and started countering Joshua, and he dropped him. So I'm pretty sure he can do it again. I mean, it's not like Joshua was outboxing him prior or after the knockout. The knockdown, I should say.
There were moments where he was landing with his jab, but yeah, never really controlled. He never really recovered from that first knockdown. That was like the fight changer, if you want to call it, the knockdown. And so that's why, in my opinion, if the knockout doesn't happen, and by the way, Joshua is not training for this specific fight. Right? It's not a loose replacement or something like that. He is fighting. He is training for this specific type of style. And so it's a completely different fight, especially if he doesn't get knocked down again.
I tell you what, though, what do you guys think? Because everybody in the chat room and a lot of people here also as well have said that it's going to be a boring fight because Joshua is going to try to make it boring. Is that something that we can expect? Or?
Yes, it can happen. And then, by the way, the Joshua we saw after the knockdown was more a Joshua that was fighting on instinct at that point. Concussed. He wasn't doing himself anymore. And he wasn't really thinking in the ring anymore, right? So he was all instinct, trying to just catch time Ruiz, but he just couldn't do it anymore. He was off. He was out, man. But like again, this time around, if he doesn't go down, he's gonna be focused, and I think he can just outbox him and at some point catch Ruiz. Listen, he's the one who caught Ruiz first.
Yes.
What's wrong with these clowns in the chat talking about holding? I'm going to go at me because I said about Anthony Joshua holding when Ruiz got inside. Oh, that's illegal. That's not part of boxing. What fucking planet you been on the last? Well, as long as boxing's been going, holding is just part of boxing, whether it's illegal or not. Excessive holding, yes, I understand, but you have to be able to hold in the pocket sometimes. You know, when you're getting turned around or whatever. So it's just. Floyd Mayweather has got away with holding for the whole of his career, and he's made a lot of money doing it.
Well,
Klitschko Klitschko did. Lennox Lewis did it. Jack Johnson. I mean, to go back and watch the Jack Johnson fights. Fuck me, that guy knew how to hold. That's for sure. So it's just part of boxing. I'm not saying excessive holding, but clowns. What you're going to say? You're going to say it's not illegal, but you see it in every fight. So what we're going to do? Fucking disqualify every guy that fucking holds in the pocket. Get out of here, man.
Well, it depends how much they hold, obviously, but yeah. I mean,
Yeah, can I say something to that? Yeah, just real quick. Stack Those Bananas. Thank you, Stack Those Bananas. Shout out to him. Just donated with a super chat. He says, "What do you guys think of AJ's choice of sparring partners? What does anybody know if he's going with some particularly big name for sparring?
No,
or
but I know there was this rumor today that he got hurt in sparring, and apparently it's all fucking clickbait bullshit. And in the Boxing Voice, they made a video, like they made a stream with that title.
The Boxing Voice made an anti-Joshua video. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just wanted to say something real quick about Stu. What Stu said about clinching. I don't think Joshua even needs to clinch, really, because I said the same thing a couple of weeks ago. But then I started remembering, and I want to bring Gonzalo in on this because he talked about this when we did the film analysis. But that's the second part. We haven't been able to put it. We haven't been able to upload it because of certain copyright issues, Sky Sports, and all that. So we're gonna try to maybe chop it up a little bit more so that we don't get any more notices. But Gonzalo said something interesting during that film analysis. We were watching how Joshua was able to turn Ruiz in certain spots. Gonzalo, you remember that? When we were talking about how he should... Yeah. What do you think? Do you think he needs to clinch to make it out of this fight, or is that just not necessary?
It's it really depends. He can get hurt off the clinch because the other guy's short. He can hold him with one hand and throw that overhand right or left. He could throw that looping shot again. If it's with the left, it's the lead hand. It's the closest punch to Joshua's chin. If it's the right hand, it's the power hand. So it depends how
How's he going to do that,
Joshua goes about holding.
If Ruiz has been held, how's he going to do that? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
No one's.
He's got to tie him up to where he can't use either hand. Because if one hand's free, basically I can hold you with one arm and anchor off my position, and hit you with my free hand.
Of course.
Yeah, my volume's low, I guess.
I can hear you.
Yeah, but the thing we got to realize that Joshua's best possibility of hurting Ruiz is from the mid range and from up close, because that's where really Joshua generates his power from. When have you ever seen him hurt somebody from the outside?
But he was losing exchanges at mid range and in the pocket with Ruiz. He was losing those exchanges every time he tried to do that. He was throwing one shot and getting countered with two or three. And like I said, because his reactions, it's just it's like he just didn't know how to react to being punched in the face, Joshua. That's how it seemed to me watching that fight. It was just all a bit.
The thing he probably will never win the exchanges. It's like punch for punch, but he does hit harder where he can knock down or knock out Ruiz, because that's a given that he's the power puncher with the two hands. So that's how he was able to knock down. It's not a guarantee that Ruiz will get up this time, or that goes for any fighter. Just because you got knocked down and survived one time doesn't mean that you're not going to get knocked out a different time.
Mate,
especially when these guys are massive. So I think
if Joshua gets the KO, it's going to be the straight right down the pipe. It's not going to be a left hook. It's not going to be one of them monster uppercuts he throws. It's going to be a straight right down the pipe, tagging Ruiz as he comes in, and that's going to be the punch that stops. If that doesn't work, then Joshua's got no chance, because all the other options, I just don't think they're going to work. Like I said, the left hook wasn't landing all night in the first fight. Just kept throwing it over Ruiz's head. It's because obviously Ruiz is quite a short guy compared to Josh, but at least throw the fucking uppercut a little bit lower, dip the legs a little bit or something. Just adjust a bit like Callum Smith, just missing the hook all night. The right hands were telegraphed. The looping right hands that he was throwing was telegraphed. So for me, he just got to keep in shape, keep behind the guard, straight punches, and hope Ruiz walks onto one. And I think he might do, actually. I think he might do. That's why I'm saying a 6-round stoppage. Because as the fight goes on longer, I see the Joshua tank emptying again, and then same thing happening. That's the first.
Well, it's interesting. One thing I will say going into this fight that is very, very important, and it's the same thing with the Canelo Kovalev fight. Just like Kovalev couldn't really, and it wasn't in his best interest to invest too much, step in too much because of getting countered. It's the same thing with Joshua. He cannot step in. Every time he was stepping in against Ruiz, and he would overshoot the runway, as they say, Ruiz was right there to counter him. He needs to keep everything fast, not shoot anything big unless he's set up with some feints, some jabs, and really just step out every time he misses or throws a shot, because Ruiz is going to be right there to capitalize on AJ overreaching. So he can't step in with too much power right away. He needs to really be very, very careful how his head's set up. Otherwise, he's going to get countered and possibly hurt.
But the first fight, he was lunging in, leading with left hooks. I mean, just flying in with these lead left hooks, man, and they were leaving himself wide open to counters. You can't be doing that. Obviously, you've got to pick your moments. You've got to take risks as well. You can't be on the back foot all night expecting to win. You've got to take risks. But, with Joshua, because it was such a bad defeat last time, I wouldn't mind if he did keep it a little bit boring this time and just get the job done, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true.
I think, guys, that the situation here was the fact that Andy Ruiz was able to get off the canvas and still take like a monster of a right hand and still come forward. Really, really discouraged Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, but I think that was just one big shot he took there, really. I think if Joshua can get him on the end of 2 or 3 in a combination, a big right hand and then a left hook to follow and stuff like that. Fucking,
definitely going to depend a lot on Anthony Joshua's stamina.
Yeah, I don't think the one shot's going to take Ruiz out. I think it's going to take an accumulation. If Joshua can get it right, get a nice little combination going, I think he's capable of knocking anyone out when he gets it right. And Shepherd of Bay Boxing saying I'm a coward because I want AJ to bore us to death. But I'm not.
That's Bay Area boxing.
I'm not talking about myself as a boxing fan or you or what fight that we want to see. I want to see an exciting war. I'm talking now. I'm analysing what Joshua has to do. I'm seeing it through Joshua's camp, through Joshua's eyes. He's got nothing to prove to you. Who are you, fucking Shepherd of the Bay Boxing? Like Anthony Joshua gives a toss about yours. So, sorry?
That's Bay Area boxing. He changed
Yeah,
his
I know.
name. Yeah.
It's not Shepherd's son. I know it's not him. But I'm just seeing it through Anthony Joshua's eyes and what he has to do to win. Like I said, it doesn't have to prove and just get the win. And that would be my game plan to Joshua. But as a fan, I want to see an exciting war. Of course I do. I want to see a terror. But I don't think Joshua's going to come and do that. I mean, he came out second best big time in that one last time.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give my prediction.
Perfect.
Mucho.
All right. Hold on.
In the meantime, I'll read a couple comments here. The Quack says, LOL Bay Area. Are you sure it's us? Maybe you might be the problem. St. Brit says, Price is definitely halal. 1202LR says, AJ is an African warrior. Hey, yeah, by the way, remember, there's that whole slavery thing, right? Because they do use butcher. They do a little bit of research on that. And according to certain human rights organizations, the black people over in Saudi Arabia suffer a lot of discrimination.
Of course. Asians too, like Indians and I think people from Pakistan, Indonesia or something. I mean, these African Americans were complaining about this slavery. I mean, they're the ones buying Jordans. Where the fuck are they making these? Like I said, where are they making the Jordans and all these other clothing lines? So come on, man, give me a fucking break. Fucking. All right, anyways. All right, Gonzalo, go ahead.
I'm gonna say Andy Ruiz wins by 11th round TKO, and I mentioned it many times. Yeah, that I think it's gonna go down similar to Antonio Margarito versus Miguel Cotto 1. Just how the fight ended. Guy gets knocked down, he's tired, and he wilts, basically submits, just due to the fact of fatigue. Because Joshua's best defense, I think, is his power. That'll keep Ruiz honest, but eventually, you can play possum so long to where, yeah, you're gonna be a better version of yourself, better trained, well prepared. But in the end, you know, it's gonna still catch up to you because we basically saw only about half the fight, 7 rounds. Okay, it ended around 6 rounds and 1/2. That's
Yeah,
what we saw. If we see 11, 12 rounds, man, that's the bigger guy that's got to go on the back foot. He's got them heavy legs to where the other guy's just going to be pressuring, and he got that fast hands that are not going to let you relax. Mentally, that's very stressing because he's going to have you on the edge of the cliff. This is Andy Ruiz. I like to use that expression.
that's why Joshua has to get this fight over with early. That's why he's going to have to. He's going to have to throw punches. He's going to have to throw combinations, but not sloppy combinations. You know, be smart with it. Throw at the right time, and when he's got them opportunities, then let the combinations go. You can't be pop shotting your way to a points win because I think if you try and do that against Andy Ruiz, he's going to tag you up. He's going to counter you with combinations himself, and you know. So I think if Joshua keeps it at a nice range, you know, I think he can do it. But like I said, the tank will empty, and that's why he has to get it done early. Otherwise, I think we'll see the same thing as we did in the first.
I'm waiting now for the comments in the chat room that are going to be calling Gonzalo biased for picking Luis because he's Mexican. That's all. You know, that's always going to happen. It's always going to be people kissing Gonzalo. But hey, listen, he stated his case, man. What do you want from me?
Well, I mean, Steve's English, and he picked Joshua, so.
Exactly. I was gonna say then. All right, who's next?
You know, Luis Neri and Munguia are both from Tijuana, and I dislike Neri like BDA, and Munguia. I don't think he's that good of a fighter. I just gotta put that out there. And you guys, I don't have to be making excuses anyhow, but you know, you guys know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Excuses.
Or justifications.
Same shit. All right. Who's next?
Who's next? I'm next.
All right.
Or next. I'm gonna go with AJ. Say AJ's gonna pull it off. I've been on the fence on this one, but I think that after watching the when we did the breakdown, BDA, I saw that AJ lost because of mistakes. Ruiz is an excellent counterpuncher. He thrives off that. So if I'm AJ, the taller guy, I know they got Ruiz listed as 6'2", but I think he's more like 6 feet, honestly. So there's a big height advantage there, long reach advantage there, and I think that if AJ looked at how he got beat up in that fight, he would know that he made huge mistakes when he was kind of like giving up his height, throwing hooks at the wrong time, which gives Ruiz the advantage because he was bending down, like giving up his height. I think if he uses, he uses the jab, the long jab, and then steps in with his overhand right, or uses the long jab to set up combination punches, I think he should win the fight. So I don't think he can. I think he could win a decision, but I think more likely for him to win is by stoppage. Never let Ruiz get in the rhythm, because the more he does let Ruiz do that, the better chance Ruiz has of winning the fight, because we already saw how he won. So I think that it's going to go to the 10th round, and I believe AJ wins by stoppage. He's going to win by TKO stoppage. Ruiz will have some moments, but I think that it won't be enough. It'll be AJ being cautious, kind of luring him to sleep, and he wins the fight that way. Yeah, that's what I say. I say he wins the rematch, and he does it via 10th round TKO.
So far, 3-2 for Ruiz. 3-2. Who's
Joshua
next?
by 10th round knockout. Now, okay, but if he does drop, I mean, Here's the thing. Here's the bottom line, though. My question: isn't Joshua? Because people say he's overrated. Some people say he has no balls. We know he's got balls because he made it out of the Whyte fight. He made it out of the Klitschko fight, and he
Well,
can.
Khan's wife said he has balls too. Let's not forget
Oh,
that.
come on! No! Wait a minute. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
Ghost.
Cheap joke.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. Recognize there's a lot of people here.
I was kidding. Come on.
All right, let's have a drink.
Drinks on me.
Khan's wife wasn't kidding though.
Okay, hold on a second. My question is this. So we know Joshua can come back from getting hurt. The main question is, isn't he a little limited? Because, I mean, face it, he was getting outboxed by Klitschko. He couldn't really put Parker away. He wasn't willing to step into the fire and give a little extra in order to try to take him out. He was very content with just going the 12 rounds. And then against Ruiz, he got outboxed before getting stopped. So is he really that good, or has he been getting by with good skill and mainly the size as well?
Well, good skills and size. And I think it's going to be important in this fight for him. It's going to be very important for him to use that. Like you said, look, is he limited? I think most heavyweights are. I think Ruiz might be the exception. That doesn't mean Ruiz is the best. I mean, Ruiz and Usyk might be the exception because of their size. Like, Ruiz packs on a lot of weight, but he's short, and he can create opportunities from that being short with his fast hands, his fast counterpunch ability that we were looking at in the fight against against AJ, excuse me. So, you know, how do you take that away from a fighter? If you're AJ, if you're that, you know, you're AJ with, you know, a guy who's 6'5", 6'6", all the long arm reach, and especially against Ruiz. Yeah, you don't give him that, is what I'm trying to say. You don't give it to him. Is AJ capable of doing that? I think so. I definitely think AJ's capable of doing that. Is he disciplined enough to keep the game plan? I think even for myself, I have questions about that. I really do. Even though I'm picking him to win, I do have questions, but I think he can do it. That's what he's going to need to do to win the fight, in my opinion. It's to stay disciplined and do not give up your height. Do not give up your height in exchange. Ruiz will make you pay for it. And the thing about Ruiz, he will make him pay for it right away. Not build rhythm and then start making him pay for it. He'll do it right away. So his best bet is to never give him that. He's going to have to fight a disciplined fight. Fight tall, create combinations off your jab. Right? Off your jab. Throw the long jab, step in with the overhand right, or if you want to create a hook off a right hook off the jab. And that way you can maybe hit him with 3 punches if you're capable of doing it. That's the way he has to do it. I'm looking at it from AJ's point of view. Make the fight boring. You're gonna have to, because Ruiz wins those exchange because he's the more experienced boxer. He's throwing punches and throwing punches.
Speaking of that, who's AJ's trainer, by the way? I don't even know who the guy is. Who else does he train?
Rob McCracken.
McCracken.
Oh, Froch.
Unless he changed McCracken, I haven't heard anything about that.
He's still there. I think McCracken's still there. He used to train Carl Froch. He's the GB team.
Team GB.
Yeah, the coach there that does the amateurs.
I heard he's been secretly training with Vladimir Klitschko. This is Joshua.
He got a lot of criticism in the last fight. I think some of the things he was telling Joshua were wrong, and I've not seen much improvement in Joshua since he's been the number one coach, because he's always been involved with Joshua, but I think he took over as the main coach. I think it was before Klitschko, I'm sure it was, but I've not really seen much improvement with the guy. He got a lot of stick because he told Joshua to go out there and keep busy and throw his hands, and when Joshua was trying to do that, he was getting countered up. So it's a tough one, man. Whether a new trainer would make a lot of difference, I'm not sure. What about you, Mark?
What about me? What
do you think about trainer? McCracken.
The trainer? I've no issue with Rob McCracken. He's solid. I mean, a lot of people try to rip apart trainers on a weekly basis, don't they? Like, if a fighter loses, it's the trainer's fault. Like, let's be real. Rob kept telling him to get on the job, get back, and AJ kept responding, I'm trying to get the hook. And if you guys watch that fight, AJ wasn't landing that damn hook. AJ was too focused on that left hook. Rob was telling them quite a lot of the right things to do. He just wasn't doing it. So I'm not blaming Rob for that. I'm blaming the fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to keep this going, the predictions. So we're gonna move on to the next person who wants to step up. Let's see, who do we have here in the hangouts? We have Pete is in here. Pete, welcome. Let's go with Mark.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend Mark.
Hey, hello, my friend. All right.
Hello, my friend. Hello.
Fuck.
Hello.
Oh fuck.
I mean, why are you doing this?
Hello.
Why are you doing this?
People don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, they should. They've been watching this show long enough. They should.
We gotta track that ass crack down. Teach him a lesson.
Wait, I'm actually interested because I don't even know what Mark's gonna predict. Go ahead.
He's gonna
Mark.
be the Irish guy.
Go ahead.
This is actually like one of the best fights to analyze. Just purely analyze from AJ over lunging, overextending in the first fight to Andy Ruiz always being able to get just like that extra inch away, like just off of one little movement of the bend of the knees or just leaning back. He's brilliant at countering off of the lean, but when he's stepping back, he's not too good at countering because he doesn't throw as he makes a step back. That might be something AJ is going to exploit. I would say he's going to have to. AJ needs to not focus on the hook because Andy Ruiz is very good at just leaning his head back, and that's the hook gone. He's very good at doing it. Unless AJ overextends, but then Andy Ruiz can push in. So if AJ tries to overshoot it to catch Andy going backwards, Andy can just swing his head forward, get in onto the inside, and that's it. So AJ needs to leave the hook alone. I think a big factor in this fight is who the referee is. Have you guys seen who the referee is? Anybody?
No.
Okay. The referee officially for this fight is the referee from Klitschko Povetkin.
Oh man, he was just throwing him around and shit.
It's going to be a hugging fest then.
Who is that?
Luis Pavon is the referee.
He's the Puerto Rican, right?
Luis Pavon, yes.
Boricua, yeah.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican, right?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh, that means it's gonna be a nice, clean fight. That's what that means.
And he was enlisted by Matchroom, not by the PBC or Andy Ruiz. Matchroom enlisted him. So I think that's going to be something. I see AJ clinching a lot on the inside and trying hard to clinch because, let's be real, he's not the greatest clincher in the world. And Andy Ruiz, he's fast.
That honest-looking Puerto Rican man right there.
No, Mark, I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you come out when I was saying my prediction, but I said exactly the same things as you have, mate. I basically said the same thing. He's going to have to clinch. He's going to have to get that left hook. Forget about it because it weren't working. It was getting him in all sorts of trouble in the first fight. And he's got to keep the game on, keep the straight punches, and like I said, clinch when he gets inside and stop Ruiz from letting his hands go. Totally agree. That's the way I see it.
That's the game plan for Joshua. Meanwhile, the game plan for Andy Ruiz is to make AJ come towards him. As Andy Ruiz steps forward, he wants to get AJ to engage so he can take that step back. As he takes the step back, he can then go in off of AJ's jab as AJ reloads his jab. Because AJ has this like shotgun kind of thing. You know the way when you fire a shotgun, you have to bring it back to reload it? AJ kind of the same thing. He throws out this jab and you see him swing it back to the bottom of his waist and then bring it back up to cock his shoulder. That's when Andy Ruiz will have his openings. So he's going to need to be countering off of that. And that's what he did very well in the first fight and off of Joshua's overextending on the overhand and off of the hook. He was catching him with these beautiful one, like just well-timed check shots. Even if they were just grazing, they were having an effect. I'm not entirely sure. That's being honest. But I think I'm going with AJ. And I think I'm going with it just off of, I think they've really stacked the court in his favour for this fight more than they did last time. They have a referee who we know can do things in your favour if you're a fighter like Joshua. And on top of that, It's in Saudi Arabia. The last few fights we've seen with AJ, what have we seen? We've seen him talking about VADA, Eddie Hearn talking about VADA, all of the drug testing he's on. Haven't heard it once for this fight, have you? Has anybody heard anything about Anthony Joshua's drug testing, even though for his last 3 fights they were talking about him taking 60, 70 tests and all of this?
I haven't heard any. I haven't heard
not
anything.
one
Thank God.
talk about it. I haven't heard anything about VADA. It's in Saudi Arabia, which doesn't even have a boxing border control, so it's being done by somewhere in Asia. I think it's Malaysia or Japan, one of the two. So there you go. So I'm going with AJ via a boring clinch fest into a TKO from exhausting Andy Ruiz.
Which round? Which round?
11.
I gotta tell you, though, I'm a little worried about Ruiz's punching power. I don't know if he's gonna be able to take Joshua out, because I don't know if you guys saw that video where some guy was holding the pads for him, or the pad, and he hit him right on the square on the jaw with a hook, and the guy didn't even go down.
Who got hit?
The guy holding the pad for Ruiz. He got caught.
His trainer.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't make nothing out of that. That's just Ruiz.
I'm telling you, got no more punching power.
Come on.
Nah, he grazed them and he rocked them. He was.
When Ruiz is in a fight where his life is on the line, he's gonna knock you out.
Yeah, but you know what?
If he catches you on the chin, he's putting you to sleep.
Mm-hmm. You know what I gathered from that video is, all kidding aside, is that he's really looking to do the same thing he did in the first fight, which is roll under that right hand and come up with a left hook, or lean back and then.
BDA is smart. It's smart of him. That's his. Anybody fights him like that, anybody gives him that opportunity, he's gonna beat them. I'm telling you, he beats them. You know, so if I'm Ruiz, I'm trying to get AJ to do the same mistakes, and I'm not saying it's impossible. He could, because he already did it. And if he does that, Ruiz wins the fight. It's that simple for me. You know, I try not to make it too hard of how to win this fight. I think AJ could clean up those mistakes he made in the first fight.
It's like this, though, boys. You know, when you see Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard, when you see the second fight, right? Now,
fixed. I like wrestling with Stu.
Listen. Sugar Ray just totally changed everything up. Yeah, it was horrible to watch. It was boring to watch. But he didn't care. He went in there the first time to try and please the fans, and where did it get him? An ass whooping. That's where it got him. So he decided to go in there with a style that Duran was going to struggle with. And yes, it wasn't good on the eye. And Duran ended up quitting in the end because he couldn't get near him. But do what you got to do to win. And it's one of them fights where that's what Josh has got to do. He's got to forget pleasing the fans. He's not here to look good for the Saudis or the Brits. Just get the win. And like I said before, I've been saying it for months. Look how Vladimir Klitschko would go about business. He'd get the win first and worry about performance afterwards. And I think that's what Joshua has to do in this fight. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to see it all the time. But this one, obviously, because of the style, that it just doesn't suit him at all. It's all wrong for him. So he just has,
the
has
problem
to do
is, Stu, I think that Andy Ruiz is more like Sugar Ray Leonard than Anthony Joshua with the quickness.
Yeah, but no, it's not my point. I'm not saying Joshua's Sugar Ray Leonard. What I'm saying is Leonard stunk the joint out, really. Let's be real. He stunk the joint out.
He did. I get what you're saying, Stu. Trust me. He got. People don't realize he was getting booed in that fight. Fucking boring.
See, my point is, he went in the first fight. He thought he'd try and be exciting, you know, fight for the fans. Got a bit angry because Duran had said some stuff about his wife and stuff. So he went in there hot-headed and tried to go toe-to-toe with a brawler. And he got his ass whooped. Let's be real. But the second fight, he's thinking, fuck, trying to please the fans. I'm going in there with the tactics that's going to suit me. And yes, he bored us to death, but he got the win. And it's one of the most famous fights of all time when you look in the history book. That's one fight most people know about, the no mask fight, don't they? So,
I mean, people that don't even watch boxing, you know, they know that I like boxing. Hey, Duran, no mas, what happened there? I'm like, what the fuck you asking me for?
They want the lowdown from Recognize.
They know no mas for some reason. They don't know anybody else. They just, Roberto Duran, no mas. What happened? I lie to them. I say, well, look, this is what I was told.
It's interesting though, reiterating what Stu's saying about he has to play it safe, but he doesn't have to necessarily make it boring, because there were certain spots in the Ruiz fight where he did manage to catch Ruiz with some good shots from the outside. So he's gonna let his hands go, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he has to make it extremely boring. Because I mean, if he focuses just on defense, he's not gonna win the fight.
That's right.
You're talking
He's got
about
the punching power.
Joshua.
He's got the
Joshua,
punching power where he can.
Yeah, Joshua.
Oh, if he focuses on
Yeah,
and not nothing on offense, he loses on points probably.
Yeah, he got the power to hurt Ruiz. But this fight, even though tactically it might be kind of boring at times, it's still got to where with one punch can change it. Whether it's Ruiz with the combination that hurts Joshua again, where if he hurts him again, maybe Joshua can recover like the first fight. But then Joshua's got the punching power to change things with one punch as well. So there's always going to be that little air of one punch can change it all.
I don't buy that. Didn't recover. Right, I just think that the tank was not there from the start. I don't know if it was nervous energy at the start, but burning it off, that probably emptied half his tank. But the shape he was in, I mean, he came in there looking like the fucking Rock. It was a joke, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, Stu, people, something, Stu, I hear a lot of people say this, and I'm like, where did you get that from? Because first of all, he never failed the test. That doesn't mean that he's not on something. I'm not saying that. But he was fucking huge against Andy Ruiz in that fight.
Massive.
It was built like a rock.
Good as well. It was all like to pose and look good for the Americans. Look at me. I'm a specimen.
So I'm like, you didn't get that from. You're not coming with that assumption because of his shape. Definitely not. You can't be. You just going by that because he lost this time, right? You're just saying, he lost, so therefore he probably wasn't able to take whatever it is that you think he's taking.
Now, listen, it's nothing to do with steroids. He could have been in the Ivan Drago program. At the end of the day, that physique is not a physique for heavyweight boxing. I don't care. It might look pretty on the eye to some of these fucking ladies and some of these homos, but to me, it looks ridiculous.
That's definitely not going to work for Andy Ruiz, who's an elusive puncher. No, that's not going to work for him.
Look, he recovered from that shock. Like I said, I just watched the fight a little while back. He was recovered, but he was blowing. His tank had totally emptied. And I don't know what happened before. Like I said, I think the nerves got to him. I think the occasion got to him, to be honest with you. The big lights in America, going around all these big shows, radio shows, totally took his eye off the ball when it comes to Ruiz. Just started talking about Wilder and Fury, forgetting he's got Andy Ruiz in front of him. And I think he
was doing pretty good in the 6th round. Still, he did show a level of recovery, a degree of recovery.
But he was doing okay. He wasn't doing good, was he? Let's be real, because he got fucking whooped. So,
yeah.
Look, I don't think
Ruiz still took some hard shots.
He got hit with a shot that did hurt him. I'm not denying that, but he did recover from that shot. But I just don't think the tank had anything in it because, like I said, when you're that shape with all that muscle, I mean, you just can't do 12 rounds comfortably.
Yeah, I agree. And Ruiz is not the type of guy you just hit him with a one-hitter quitter. Maybe Wilder's the only guy that could probably do that to him. Maybe, and I'm saying that because he does it to most guys. So, yeah, you gotta beat him up. You gotta exhaust him. That's what you gotta do.
Uncle Burn apostrophe in the chat says Stu proper resents Joshua's physique. LOL. Cracks me up. What do you think this is a homosexual thing? Well, I look at him. Oh, I wish I had a body like that. This is a boxing thing I'm talking about.
Boxing thing. Don't pay
Obviously, you've got homosexual tendencies going on. Do you know what I mean? If you're thinking, I'm thinking about what's best for him in a boxing ring, and that picture that's up on the screen now, that is not a boxing physique.
Yeah, he looks like he's competing for bodybuilding contests, man.
Oh, fucking Dorian Yates would be happy with that physique.
People are saying you're jealous. People are saying you're jealous
great
too.
Bouncer.
But you know, it's interesting.
Of course, I'm jealous. I wish I had his money, his lifestyle. Of course, but listen, we're talking about boxing now, and this is not a fucking beauty contest.
Yeah, I'm jealous. He's making $85 million for this fight. I'm fucking jealous.
Yeah, of course I'm jealous. You think I want to fucking go to work and struggle my fucking ass off?
But you know what? That's the advantage of the great advantage of not being a boxer, that I can have Joshua's physique, I don't have it, but I'm saying if I wanted to, I could have it because I don't have to worry about my stamina. But
I do.
Stamina, yeah.
But here's the point. Here's an interesting thing. Then, bottom line, Joshua is going in there, and a lot of people say, "Well, he has to make it boring." But like we're saying, in order just to make it the distance and get a win and have enough gas in the tank, you guys are saying he has to lean down a little bit. Supposedly, the rumor is that he is lean, and now I haven't seen any of the workouts.
I did.
He looks leaner.
He looks lean. He looks. You know, at first I was worried about it. I'm not so worried about it now. Now I know what he did because you know when you're looking at someone with this is gonna sound gay, but when you're looking with somebody with clothing, you know, like a shirt on and shit like that, you know, AJ, he likes to work out with his fucking shirt. Don't call me a faggot. The guy works out with no shirt on. So one of his videos, he's working out with no shirt, and I see what he did. He just toned up, and you know that big, the big inflated muscles. They're not as
but recognize this is what happens when you take TRT. It changes your hormonal balance. It's all right.
Listen, them muscles, right? Them muscles, for a start, it's all right being muscles. You can have muscles as a fighter, look in good shape, but them muscles, they're like I said, them bulky muscles, they're terrible for speed for a start.
Exactly, they are.
All your oxygen, and like I said, you become telegraph when you're throwing your shots because you're so fucking stiff and robotic, and that's why Joshua Ruiz was seeing a lot of them shots coming. That's why Joshua was out of range a lot. He was going to throw them, and Joshua Ruiz was taking half a step back and countering him with shots. It was easy stuff, really, and I think that was because it's slow, didn't have no speed, no snap behind the shots, and that's because he's got fucking Bruce Banner muscles going on, man.
Exactly, he does.
Guys,
yeah,
he looks different. Look at his face, though.
Think about it, though, Bucho. Think about it, though, Bucho.
Yeah.
Sudden weight loss.
Yeah, he's got like his fucking neck is like 20 inches long, bro. He's got like a camel's neck or something.
That's actually worrying. It's a little worrying.
Yeah.
Like
so much weight.
Like those black girls that put them rings around their neck, right, to stretch out their neck.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, when I'm speaking about hormonal balance, I'm talking about you recognize that TRT.
I've never taken anything, Gonzalo. Never.
Is that the reason?
Fucking hell.
Is that why black girls are good at head?
Oh, come on.
It's a serious question. They seem to be really good at it.
Well, I mean, look, I've had some. It was all right.
Yeah, recognize now.
Bucho's putting up that picture.
There's one that if I could ever find her number, I'm on a bat. You know, I would go single again. I'll definitely give her.
No, don't say Shanika if I can give you headers for your CDs.
Actually,
nah,
she had
it was the Don Day, fam.
Bucho's putting up a bunch of pictures.
I think her name was Destiny.
Destiny. Destiny.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a stripper's name, Destiny. Yeah, I was going out with. I was going out with Raven. Yeah, fucking stripper names. Listen, Bucho was putting up.
I had a girlfriend
with the green hair. Wait, BDA with the green hair, Raven. You know her?
Oh, come on, stop it, man. We're not talking about the same girl. I wanted to say something real quick about this Anthony Joshua. Oh, by the way, did we get everybody's prediction or not? I think Pete's the only one missing.
Still, okay, let's continue.
Well, there's radio silence coming from Pete. I don't even know if he's there or not.
Pete is. Wait, Pete did give a prediction.
Oh,
you know what?
Yeah, he super chatted it.
He gave a super chat.
Yeah.
Okay, then kick him out.
Guys, if you super chat, we can write your prediction in the.
Look, we got Jason Bourne, Ruiz, boring decision. Okay. Stu Little, 6th round knockout. Joshua. St. Britt, Ruiz, 9th round knockout. Pete, Ruiz, out like a Mexican rock. Okay, so he's going Joshua. Got Gonzalo, 11th round knockout. Ruiz. Then you got me, 10th round knockout. Mark, Joshua, 11th round knockout.
Who did you predict in the 10th round?
I got AJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think AJ is going to clear those mistakes up, man. He might.
What is it? Is it like 4-2 or 5-3 or what?
It's basically what the Vegas odds are.
No, you're talking about right now.
Predictions.
Yeah, 5. It's 3-2 for Ruiz.
I think,
Oh, is it
I
3-2
think
Ruiz?
Joshua has to get him out.
Oh no! Wait,
How's-
1, 2,
How's
3.
that possible when me recognizing
Yeah,
Stu
1,
already?
2, 3.
4.
It's 3-3.
No, because Pete gave it to Joshua. Stu gave it to
Pete's
Joshua.
giving it to
I gave it to
Ruiz.
Joshua, and Frank gave it to
Oh,
Joshua.
it's true. I fucked
It's
up here.
real. You've
I
got
fucked
Jason
up.
Bourne says Ruiz.
Yeah.
You've got Saint Britt says Ruiz. You've got
Gonzalo.
Yeah.
Pete's got. Oh, he's got Ruiz. So it's 3 each. At the
It's
moment.
3 each. 3-3.
It's not. It's
No.
It's not 3.
No,
it's
4-3 AJ. 4-3 AJ.
What's wrong with you
It's
guys?
4-2, no? We
What's
can't do
wrong,
a
man?
count.
What's going on
We're
here?
fucking retarded.
You know what the
I
odds
can't.
are
Let
right
me read it because like I can't rely on you. Fuck's sake. Right. So Jason Bourne is gone for Ruiz. Okay, Ruiz in a boring decision. Is that his actual prediction? Ruiz on decision. All right.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that on the screen blocking everything?
Oh
Super
shit!
chat.
Sorry.
Oh, you can't. My brother is like he's like Floyd Mayweather. He can't read.
Hi, Chris K also donated, so he says 1 knockdown each, then Ruiz TKO 9th. Looks like first fight. All right.
Okay.
Chris K says 1 knockdown each.
TKO 9.
People say rematches always go the same way, but
No.
I don't agree with that. Like I said,
Hell no.
Lewis Ratman for a start. I mean, Cole Froch Kessler. You've got Cole Froch George Groves. I mean, that fight wasn't the same as the first because I thought Groves was beating Cole Froch up in that, and we'll see what happened in the second one. So you can always make adjustments.
Let's hope this doesn't go fucking Lennox Lewis Oliver McCall too, man. I mean, Jesus Christ.
What? Yeah,
No, but Ruiz is not a crackhead. That's the thing. Yeah, but Ruiz is not a crackhead, so you know.
Yeah, what happened there? Did he get threatened or something? Or
I don't know. That fight looked fixed too.
Yo, no shit.
Look, Andy Ruiz ain't gonna cry in the ring. His serotonin levels are too high from chocolate.
That's a good point because what happens if the Saudi Arabian?
No, not only that, Mexicans got the highest testosterone. So like,
Nah, okay.
That's true. That's true, man.
No, but hey, what happens if the Saudi Arabian mafia goes after Luis before the fight and they say, "Listen, if you win this fight, we're taking away.
I'm gonna cut your head off if you win."
We're taking away your."
Yeah, I'd love to listen to that conversation.
Guys,
I'm more
Joshua's
concerned.
going to win via fucking phantom punch, isn't he? Joshua's going to win via phantom punch now. I can see it.
I'm more concerned about. Are you guys looking at the screen?
Go on.
All right. About Michelle Joy Phelps. What's gonna happen to her though?
Oh Jesus Christ! Are you kidding me, man?
I seen this earlier, and I gotta admit, she's never looked better.
Oh, come on.
He might be right.
Are you?
He might be right. He might be.
I'm
right.
being honest. She
Condoning
actually
this type
looks.
of behavior?
No, hold on. She looks good there. Like I don't actually really
Well, I
rate
wouldn't know.
how
I don't
she
know if she
dresses
looks
all
good
the
there.
time like some tramp. But here she actually looks decent. I'm not even gonna lie. Her face, like you can see it more. The dark, it brings out her features better. It hides her jawline. It slims her down.
Well, there you have
She's
it.
ready to beat somebody's. She looks like
There
she's
you have
ready to
it.
beat somebody's wife.
Well,
She's gonna
Oh,
get
it's
married.
like a super
Listen to
middleweight.
Gonzalo, man, making out that she's kind of big though, like he would, and you'd be at that like a rat of a tray fight.
Yo, look at that comment from that one dude. Go back to that picture, Virgin. That one dude. What's that fucking comment he wrote? Looking like wife number 4.
These are these SJWs who have nothing to say about the way Saudi Arabia treats their women.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I bet you they all complain about.
This little tramp, man. She looks like a.
Now go back to the other one, right? There's Manjaw Phelps. And now go back to her in the fucking whatever that is.
Which one?
The burqa.
Oh,
She looks so much better. She looks so much better.
Right, at least she doesn't look like a mistress.
It looks like a man.
You never know, mate. We could be seeing Michelle Phelps stoned to death before the judge. They might use that as a fucking
the ceremonial stoning.
Hey, Bucho, you're going over there, right, Bucho?
Yeah, that's right.
Bucho's gonna stone Michelle Joyce Phelps. The open ceremony.
Oh man, it's gonna be great. I think I'm gonna get my head chopped off with alongside Michelle
you
Joy
know,
Phelps.
The kafala.
I actually have a theory
Kafala,
on
that's me,
There's
man.
gonna be an event there because of the kafala.
I have a theory on Bucho being killed in Saudi Arabia because he kind of looks Arabic, right? But he's Mexican, and they could see him as an infiltrator from Iran.
Yeah, he looks like a Shia Muslim, doesn't he? Yeah,
He does.
You know what? I like how
civilized.
McGregor sees all brown people as Arab. Like they're all interchangeable to him. What's the matter with you?
Exactly.
That is not true. That is not true.
You just said it. You just said it.
No, no. I just said Bucho looks like an Arab, and that's true.
Racism. And by the way,
Mexican then.
When I grow my beard, I look Arab.
When I grow my beard,
Grow
when
it
I
and
grow
take a
my
plane.
beard, I look like a faggot.
Hey, listen. Oh, come on. Listen. What's with the F word, man? We're gonna get taken down. Listen. One interesting point here
A
about
bag of sticks. A bag of sticks. A
One
bag of
interesting thing
sticks. I look like a bag of sticks.
one interesting thing about Michelle Joy Phelps is the bottom line is from that picture the butcher showed us. The lesson we can all glean from this is Islamization makes everything all right, makes it all better. Look at her.
Yeah.
She's complacent now.
To be honest
There's
with
no
you,
ring card girls, by the way. That's kind of
Yeah, no.
No, there is ring card girls. There is. That story isn't true. There is ring card girls,
What,
but
they're
they're
gonna
all
be
being
dressed in
dressed in like burqas and shit.
Oh, great.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I know, I don't mean to be rude, but I prefer her when she's got her tits out. To be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
Come on, what's the matter with you?
I prefer it too. But right, look, Stu, what would you rather? A woman in a burqa, or would you rather see Kugan Cassius walking around in a G-string? Pick one.
Well, come on, man. How can you? Obviously,
Exactly.
I'm not going to say Kugan Cassidy now, am I? Do you know what I mean? If I had a choice, no, like I said, she does look quite pretty, but yeah. I prefer her when she's fucking got nothing on.
No, Stu prefers this shit. Ring card boys in Sweden.
Get that off of the screen.
That wouldn't happen in the UK, mate. That wouldn't happen in the UK. Them guys would not last long doing that shit in the UK.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine a matchroom event in Newcastle and some lad gets his kit off and starts walking around? I'm telling you right now, there'd be a ceremonial beheading up at St James's Park the next morning.
What about Tyson Fury, Billy Joe Saunders card? Can you imagine it happening there?
Let's get to some phone calls. Time for the phone calls.
Time for some action.
Time for some
Boost my
action.
volume up. Boost my volume up. Otherwise, the people on the phone.
Yo,
they
hit
It's
BDA's
already
volume up, cuz.
a little bit.
That volume up.
Not too much.
Hold on. John Gonzalez says there will be ringside goats. Oh God.
There'll be ringside goats in Saudi.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
All right, your volume's up. Let's take the phone call. 757. You're on the air. 757.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What up? Who is this?
It's Sonny's Boxing Talk.
Oh, Sonny. What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to give my input on the fight between Joshua and Ruiz.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to point out the fact that the reason why I feel like Anthony Joshua is going to lose this fight, I think Andy Ruiz is just a little bit more too. He has a little bit too much experience for Anthony Joshua at this point. You know, Andy Ruiz, he's been he sparred with the likes of Evander Holyfield. You know, Evander Holyfield, he speaks of how tough he is, and you know how great Evander Holyfield is.
But what about the experience? What about the experience of Klitschko and Povetkin that Joshua beat? They've got far more experience than Andy Ruiz, and he got past them two. I don't think experience is the main reason here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I personally think Anthony Joshua he doesn't have enough head movement.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have enough head movement.
I agree with.
He's it's a good thing that he is losing some bulk, because I believe a lot of that bulk it does something to his stamina. But if you look at the first fight, his whole ring walk versus all his other ring walks, it looked totally different. It looked like he was something was
Like he was
actually
afraid.
something
Like he was
seemed
afraid.
wrong to me. That could be. I'm not in the man's head, but he had a funny look
But
on
it
his
seemed
face
that
that I
way.
never seen
He had that
before.
look.
It seems that way. So
It
I
was
think
shades of
Anthony
David
Joshua
Price
should
in
have
there,
did.
weren't there? Where shades of David Price, where he just looked so shook to his boots, his tank was empty before he fucking jumped over the ring, sort of thing.
Right. I think
But,
what Anthony Joshua should have did was add somebody else to his training, because sometimes fighters get to a certain point where your head trainer can't take. They once you get to a certain point, your head trainer can't take you past this point. For example, I give Danny Garcia, for example. Danny Garcia, he has that one style. He's a very flat-footed guy. He's going to have problems with the likes of Keith Thurman or someone who moves a lot. Sometimes in fighting or in boxing, you have to kind of reinvent yourself. But I think Anthony Joshua, they did a good thing by, getting a ref. Vladimir Klitschko, he's been training them. I think somebody said about a lot of holding. I think that's what it's going to be, a lot of holding in this fight. And Andy Ruiz will have to get the knockout to win this fight.
Prediction specific, please.
I got Andy Ruiz by knockout in round 8.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Just for the simple fact that all Andy Ruiz have to do is force Joshua to make a mistake, and you can tell by the first fight how confused Anthony Joshua was. That's lack of experience.
All right. Well, thank you for your prediction.
Thanks, guys, for taking the call.
All right. Take care. Next phone call, 585. You're on the air. 585.
Vinny Mac.
How you guys doing? This is Vin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to say my prediction for this weekend.
Hey, can you speak a little bit louder, please?
Can you speak a little manlier? Sorry.
Yes. How you doing, Mr. Recognized? Yes.
I'm doing fabulous. How are you
I would
doing?
like to say I'm doing great. I couldn't be better, to be honest with you. Yes, just to start off, I want to start off with the Showtime card, guys. I have Jamal Charlo by knockout.
We don't care about that fight, man.
Send a statement.
Well, we're talking about Ruiz Joshua.
Sorry.
Mr. Bucho, I'm actually going to watch that fight. You guys should too. I encourage you guys to do the same.
No one in the world is going to be watching.
Full schedule.
Okay, guys. I have Mr. Ruiz ending Anthony Joshua's career. I'm sorry, Mr. Stu. I hear you over there. I feel bad for you, but I'm sorry. I had to do this. Okay? But this is it for him, guys. Mr. Ruiz will force Joshua to engage, and Joshua's just going to be confused. And, it's like a ticking time bomb, and Ruiz will end his career.
Do you know the comforting thing about that prediction? I mean, I've never seen you get anything right yet, so it's actually filled me with a bit of confidence. You saying that? I fancy my prediction.
You just strengthened my condition.
Put your money on Joshua, people. Put your money on Joshua right now. Go bet on Joshua.
No, to be fair to Vinny, that is true. That's what you need to do. If you're Andy Ruiz, the same thing. So I would say I kind of agree with it, but it also because let's face it, Vinny Mac, predictions haven't been that good. So you kind of give me a little hope.
I have a question for you, Mr.
Vinny Mac can predict rain if thunder and lightning was above his head. You know what I mean? It's been terrible, absolutely dreadful at predictions. Whoever Vinny picks, pick the other guy to win. That's my fucking advice to anyone. Whoever Vinny picks, pick the other guy.
You were gonna say, Vinny? Go ahead.
I have a question for you, Mr. Stu.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go
I have
ahead.
a question
Go ahead,
for
Vinny.
Mr. Still, since he thinks I'm so inaccurate on my predictions. Have you
Yes.
been watching the podcast lately? I've been like 5 for 5 lately. So
What?
to be honest, you guys should
What
be
are you
going
talking
for
about,
Ruiz.
man? All right, let's.
He's like Honcho. Remember when Honcho got I forgot what fight wrong? He said that Ortiz would knock out Wilder. He said, "Nah, you put it down wrong."
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Vinny.
No, you get
This-
Vinny. You said
I have a-
Inoue stoppage 7th round, so you got that one wrong.
Yeah, me too, actually. So I
Which
can't
one
say.
was this?
Inoue.
Mr. BDA, which one was this? Inoue?
Yeah.
But he did win, correct?
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay,
you chose. But that's like okay.
Technically, he was
Fuck.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
technically, I mean, it's like
Fuck.
it's a pick out of 2. It's not like you're picking a horse of a fucking. In a race, there's 30, 40 horses. You're not picking a winner out of that. You're picking out 2 guys. So you're going to get it right eventually. You know, it's just one of them where if you keep playing the devil's advocate, you will actually get it right eventually. But didn't you say Wilder would win in the first round as well? Yes, you got the result right, but
Yes. Let me
I was
let me
more
tell
right than
something,
you in that
guys.
one.
If Mr. Joshua wins this fight, I will be shocked. And I know he doesn't want any parts of Mr. Wilder. I mean, who does? You know, I mean, he would
Everybody
knock
does.
Mr. Joshua out in seconds, guys.
Hey, Vinny. Vinny, this is Mr. BDA over here. Good to have you on board.
How you doing, Mr.
Listen,
BDA?
yeah, good.
Thank
You.
you.
Hear that? People making fun of you. They don't respect you. If you come under my wing and you get the program, I got a great program for you, Vinny. You get on board with this program, nobody's gonna make fun of you anymore. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
Okay, I'll
Trust
tell
me.
you what, Mr. BDA. If I get this prediction wrong on Saturday, I will consider it. I'll keep it as an option. Okay.
Hey, Vinny, give us a
But,
round.
I'm so confident in my prediction. Yes,
Give us-
Mr. BDA.
Give us a round.
Yes. This is not going to go past 10 rounds. Mr. Andy Ruiz will do his little jumping like he did in his first fight, and I'll be celebrating. You know, drinking my Pepsi.
Hey, give us a specific round, man. Diet Pepsi. All right, no, give us a specific round, man. Come on.
Sure, Mr. BDA. I would say. This
Okay, you
ends in-
wait a minute. You gotta stop calling him Mr. BDA. I'm Mr. BDA. He's Bucho. Get it straight, man. How you gonna pass the program, the BDA program, if you can't even get the name straight? What's the matter with you?
One
Come
has
on,
a
Vinny.
German accent.
Step
The
it
other
up.
guy has a.
Yeah, full on Mexican accent.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to get that one wrong.
Lay off the
I'll
Pepsi,
just
man.
say- I'll just
Making
say
your hearing
guys
go bad.
instead. But I'm very confident in my prediction. I'm just wondering who did Recognize pick. Did he pick Mr. Joshua?
Yes, I did, sir. I'm gonna call you Vinny, the Pepsi
Okay.
lover from now.
If
Vinny,
you get this
y-
prediction wrong on Saturday, Mr. Recognize.
Vinny,
you're
you
gonna
didn't
have to
give us a
call me
round, man,
Mr.
or I
Vinny
didn't
Mac.
hear it. So
Thank
just
you.
just give us a round, Vinny. I need to
Give us a round, Vinny.
Yeah, give us a round.
Yes, round 8.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right. You can hang up on him now.
Yeah. Hi, Vinny.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Okay, Mr. Vinny Mac. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, take care, Vinny.
All right, thank you, Vinny.
Bye.
Didn't he say he was 250 pounds once?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
6'4",
6'4" or some
250.
shit.
Yeah.
With
He drinks
speed and
Pepsi.
power. All right. Well, do we have everybody here? Who's
You're
in
lacking
line?
one person.
Gonzalo. Oh, well, myself. Oh, you're gonna go first, Mr. BDA. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for asking. It only took you about an hour and 18 minutes.
You never give us predictions. That's why.
You why? Because you never ask. That's the thing.
You want to step up, man.
I'll step up. Sure.
Oh.
Listen. Make it show. By the way, you can erase after I'm done with this. You can erase all the other predictions because there's only one that matters, and that's mine. Or there's only one that's going to be correct. I'm going to go with Joshua by decision. He's going to drop Ruiz. Then he's going to get hurt again, trying to come in or at some other point during the fight, and it's going to be a very lackluster affair in certain people's eyes. I think there's going to be some drama. It's going to be some clinching, and a little punching in between. And so I expect Joshua by unanimous decision, sure.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll give my prediction. I believe that Joshua will win by unanimous decision. He will get hurt, but I don't think anybody's gonna get dropped in this fight.
Did you put sexy Bucho?
That's right.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck's sake. Almost as narcissistic as that guy Stunner who called in the other day. I mean, you're a top.
Yo, Bucho talked about how arrogant that guy was.
Yeah, that video that Stu made.
You can imagine it. He just gets up in the morning, looks in the mirror, and goes, "Looking good, feeling good, top man." He's one of them guys.
He talks about Joshua looking and all that.
Stu was all pissed off. Who the hell calls himself Stunner?
Who calls himself Stunner?
Remember?
I think I told him. I said, "Yeah, with a name like that."
But it just shows. I mean, a guy that lost in devastating fashion in the first fight. Yeah, people still fancy him in this rematch. It just shows that a lot of people have seen something in that first fight. There was something not right with Joshua that night. We don't believe that was the best Anthony Joshua on the night. We're still thinking, he can definitely be better than that. And I think that's what people are going by, hoping that, he can come out and do a better job.
Now, if Joshua loses... Go ahead, Gonzalo.
If it goes to a decision, how do you guys feel about this whole thing being in Saudi Arabia to where stealing, you get your hand chopped off? How do you think the judges will feel?
You see Eddie Hearn getting his hand chopped off and shit?
That would be nice.
Fucking judges walking out with no hands and shit.
Oh, man. See Michelle Phelps is like fucking stuck in a hole and getting drugs thrown at her and shit.
At the end of the fight, they're gonna grab Eddie Hearn and they're gonna grab fucking Michelle Joy Phelps. They're gonna stone her to death. They're gonna cut his head off.
Yeah, I think
off a roof and shit.
The judges. That's ISIS, by the way. Yeah, they're gonna have. The judges are really gonna have to. That's the other thing. Everybody always talks about, the judges before the fight. Who are the judges gonna be? And then when they completely and totally fuck up, nobody says anything about it. I mean, nobody does anything about it. We complain, and then we go back to watching boxing, and we never demand.
But what do you want us to keep a list of the names and shit of the judges?
That's what. A long time ago, we should have done that. Start keeping tally, and
it's gonna be a long list, man.
If I was,
it's gonna be a fucking list. Go ahead.
It's it's open season to be a crook, isn't it? When you go into boxing, open fucking season, man. There's no one to argue. Everyone's on the take. Everyone's skimming off the top. Just this. I mean, when you see most of the people in boxing, I'm getting an echo. Most of the people in boxing don't look like they've had a fight in their life. When you see the guys that are running it, I'm not on about the fighters, obviously not, but the guys that are running boxing, the guys that are part of the media. I mean, let's be real. Has Dan Raphael ever been in a fight in his fucking life? You got people like that in boxing.
Yeah, with diabetes, man.
Yeah, he's hard.
Shelley Fink.
Heart is in the fight.
Even Eddie Hearn's never. Well, mind you, he used to be an amateur, so I'll give him the credit. He has been in there. But a lot of the guys that run boxing, that's why it's so easy to get them to take these fucking backhanders, because they're in it to be corrupt anyway. They're in it for that.
Hey, guys, if you're not talking, please mute your mics.
Look at these judges, man. I mean,
dude, you don't have to answer nobody in boxing. You don't really have to, unless like fucking Congress gets involved or the Senate, or something like that. But other than that, you don't have to answer anything.
Hey, guys, we have a phone call. Let's take the phone call right now. Virtuoso, I think that's him. Hold on. 929, you're on the air. 929.
Okay, so I got David Price getting knocked out by a camel in the preliminary fight in the first round.
Okay, let me write it down.
That's prediction.
No. Thanks for taking my call, guys. I just want to, send my congrats to BDA, for helping out the special needs by helping Vincent out. Taking him under his wing.
Hmm.
I really appreciate that, BDA. You're a real true Samaritan.
Yeah, that's really nice of you taking an interest in the mentally challenged.
Yeah. Hold on. What's your name again?
Yeah.
Virtuoso.
That's Virtuoso?
Viva.
Okay. Yeah, that's Virtuoso. He didn't answer. Okay, Virtuoso. Prediction.
Okay. Well, I'm just, I just think Anthony Joshua, has the machine behind him. So if he boxes well for like 10 rounds, and that means like keeping away from him, and, not hooking with him. You know how they say, don't hook with a hooker. I think if he just measures the distance and finds range, I think he'll be able to pull this out. So it'll probably be a boring fight. I always like I kind of give kudos to Stu for bringing up the example where it's
UD,
Leonard
MD
versus Durant too. It doesn't have to be a slugfest. Know your strengths and weaknesses, and you'll be okay. So I guess if he makes it clinical, I think I got Joshua winning it. Probably in a decision.
Unanimous decision, majority, split.
Yes, I would say unanimous.
Okay, perfect.
Does Joshua have the tank?
Would Joshua be wrong about that?
Joshua have the tank for that, though, bro.
You don't think he has a tank to
Yeah,
go all
because
12 rounds?
And that's why I'm asking you. Do you think he has?
I mean, yeah. He did run the distance with Parker, and that was a sloppy fight. It could have gone either way. So that's just holy shit. Well,
Go ahead.
It's just the pace that Ruiz is going to come
okay.
with. That's what I'm about. Joseph Parker didn't throw any punches all night. He was fighting in second gear all night. Of course, Joshua went the distance. What's he going to be like when?
Yeah.
But Echo. What's he going to be like when Ruiz is in the pocket and roughing another throwing punches? That's my point.
Well, it goes back to what I guess you guys said earlier. If he clinches, and it does depend, on the referee. If they allow that, which I'm sure they would. Joshua has to box smart. I don't know about Ruiz. Yeah, he could. There's a chance he might win, but there's really nothing that he has to change. All he has to do is just box the same way. If only Joshua repeats the same mistakes. This fight will be a true testament of if Joshua learned his lesson. So I just think it's just going to be not a boring fight, but there's going to be somebody's going to go down. I just don't think that was going to jump on him like it did last time. We all know what the hell happened. So that's my prediction, which is something wrong.
All right, man. You're on the. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, man. Virtuoso, thanks for the phone call. Call back again next time.
Yep.
Take care.
Tell you what, if this prediction show was about 3 months ago, everyone would have been picking Ruiz. It's amazing how everyone's changed their views, including myself. Butcho, why is there echoing going on?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, because when I take phone calls, I need to switch this thing up, and I need to buy like a.
There's no point of talking to the callers, then, really, is there?
Yeah. All right. Can you hear? All right. No, it's better. Yeah, I don't know. At the beginning, it was fine, but as we go along, like starts echoing. I don't know why, man. I need to fix this. I need to buy maybe something else. I want to just give a shout out to the super chat. Great panel. Who said that? Let me find that super chat. Give me 1 second. By the way, guys, you can super chat your predictions and we'll write it down in the prediction list. GM Strong, thank you for your contribution. He says, great panel with no filter. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thank you, man. We're trying our best here. So what were you saying, Stu, about 3 months ago? Yeah. So why do you guys think that people are jumping ship? Why is that happening now?
No, I think it's because the defeat was so fresh in our mind and how bad Anthony Joshua was. I don't think any of us had any confidence in him that he could turn it around. But since obviously it's getting closer. We're seeing him in training camp. We're seeing what he's saying different things, different personalities. Got a little bit of a nasty streak to him this time around, which was nice. Not like humble bollocks. That's never going to get him anywhere. I just don't know. Like I said, I saw the fight today, the first one, and I just saw things there that I think Joshua can exploit. And I don't think he can go there and try and nick a points win. I think he's going to have to go in there, but play it safe. You don't have to be fucking, like I said, lunging in with left hooks and leaving yourself wide open like he did last time. Just keep the straight punches, keep behind the guard. And then, but he's going to have to be quite busy. He's going to have to, every time Ruiz is in his range, he's going to have to let his hands go with 2s and 3s. And he's going to have to stop Ruiz, because I think the longer the fight goes on, Joshua is never going to be a fighter that's throwing thousands of punches a fight. He's going to start blowing, and that's when he falls to pieces. His shape goes, his belief goes, sort of thing. We saw that in the first fight, and I think the longer the fight goes on, I think we'll see that again. But I think if Joshua can keep in shape, keep behind the guard, just the straight punches, hold him when Ruiz gets inside, stop him from working, I think Joshua can pull it off.
Hey, Stu, is there any connection to AJ in Saudi Arabia? Is he like, because I know he's Nigerian, but is his father Arabic or something?
He's Nigerian.
Yeah,
no,
but
I know
is he
he's
Muslim?
So
Muslim Nigerian?
No, I think some of his family are or not. I don't know if he is or not. He hasn't come out.
I saw an interview with what I would assume was his mother's side of the family from Nigeria. Because the reason why I say that is because I've seen AJ's father, more or less his, skin tone and everything, and his. Well, I'm just saying, it's just obvious. I mean, and then the family members in Nigeria, they were much darker than what he was. So I just kind of wondered if there was any relation to Saudi Arabia and him. Like,
I don't think so. I just think the Saudis have got. It's 75.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
there's the connection.
Nothing,
$75 million.
There's nothing there to look at. It's 50.
The Saudis want to bring boxing events to their country. They're obviously in the football, quite big in the football as well. When you see they own Man City, don't they? Paris Saint-Germain, these sort of guys, these Arabs. So they've just got so much money, they don't know what to do with it. So they decide to have little hobbies going down, like a football team. Or
didn't they fought
let's be real. Do you honestly think they're going to make their money back off that fight in Saudi Arabia? They're not going to make their fucking money back. They don't care about it. It's an event.
It's just money that they can blow.
It's like, yeah, it's petty cash to them, isn't it? Let's be real.
Well, what's the
It's like an investment on their city for promoting their city.
All it is to get them out in the world.
Yeah.
Look, Saudis can hold a tournament, hold a boxing match down, that sort of thing. But let's be real, they're not going to make their money back. But if the boxers are making that sort of money, then we've got to be all for it. I know there are some of their politics is a bit backwards, but who gives a fuck? We're boxing fans here. If the boxers are going to get paid that sort of money, which they deserve, and the Saudis are going to pay it, let them go over there and fight. Because let's be real, when they're fighting in Saudi, half the time we don't have to pay for it pay-per-view.
Well, the thing is, with Saudi Arabia, it's like they're trying to, because they're
Callum
dependent
Smith
on.
fought over there, that won't pay-per-view.
Oh shit! I think I'm muted.
How's that going to affect the times, the fight being over there?
So-
I know over here it's going to be earlier. What about your times too?
Listen,
It's gonna be early over here.
I haven't checked on the time yet. That's one thing I haven't checked on.
I think it's
it's got a time that's not going to affect me too much. It's not like I said, you got to remember. Look how long I've been watching boxing. Look at all the fights I've had to stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning to watch in America.
You're a real trooper,
Do you know what I
man.
It's a refreshing change, get it a little bit earlier. I mean, let's be real. Bob Arum's got no fucking courtesy for the UK. That guy, he puts on his cards at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning, trash undercards and all sorts. Do you know what I mean?
So Bob Arum belongs to a certain ideology. They don't care about UK people.
Mate, fucking out. I mean, Lomachenko come on one time. It was like fucking 6 in the morning, man. The fucking birds were tweeting and all sorts. The sunlight was out. I was like, I don't want to watch Lomachenko when it's daylight. You know what I mean? I just
We got a prediction. B Space, thank you for your contribution. He says, Andy Ruiz 10th round TKO. Vamos. Okay. That's B Space. I was gonna say, by the way, guys, the Saudi Arabia thing, it's like because they're dependent on oil, obviously, right? So they want to diversify their economy and shit. So they want to make like themselves a tourist attraction. So that's why I've been seeing all these tourist commercials lately, and they show people in riding camels and stuff. And so I think that's what they want to make Saudi Arabia like a place where they have all these big events and like
nothing makes me want to go to a country more than to ride on a camel.
So anyway, so yeah, they want to like, yeah, be a place where you have all these big events. WWE, you have boxing, you have F1, I believe now, or some shit. So hey, who knows, man?
They've all done events in Saudi Arabia.
Sorry, what?
You said that the WWE and I don't know, I forgot the other one.
Yeah,
they've done it.
Yeah,
they did events over it. Okay.
Well, that's where Tyson Fury had his wrestling match. It was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, he had a wrestling match already?
Yeah, but you know what happened? It wasn't the first time that the WWE went there, I believe. And so they had last month, whatever, when they had their event, the Saudis. Oh no, they ended the WWE. They ended their show earlier than what they said it was gonna end. Right? They ended it earlier, basically, just to piss off the Saudis because Vince McMahon said that they didn't get paid whatever last time around. They didn't get some dispute they had, right?
He didn't get paid the money he was looking for.
Something like that happened in the first event that they had like a few years ago, some shit. So then, as they were leaving in the airport, the Saudis, they held all the wrestlers in the airport. Like they wouldn't let them out. But Tyson Fury managed to get out because he had a private plane or something.
See, that's scary to me.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So here's like, okay, so this incident happened. It got resolved, obviously, but like if you're a Matchroom boxing or something, this might happen to you. You know what I mean? So they're not really that smart.
Can you imagine?
Let's be honest, they're not that smart. What the fuck? Why
Can
would
you imagine?
Yeah.
They grab up Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. Hold on, you guys are not leaving just yet.
Yeah. And what the fuck do
That's
you do?
Scary, right?
Yeah, they have their army in it. The army in it. What? There's nothing you can do. What fucking call the? Oh, they couldn't even. The wrestlers couldn't even call the American embassy. They couldn't even call the American embassy or some shit. Like
they wouldn't do that. They're not fucking that stupid. They'd get fucking sanctions and everything. Let's be real. You can't be kidnapping athletes from other countries, man. You just can't be doing it, man. The fucking sanctions will piling in. Trump will get onto them. It'll stop their arms and all sorts, and then there'll be a fucking. Well, there'll be an open target for Iran then, because when everyone stops protecting them, then Iran will be steaming in there. So I don't think they're stupid enough to do something like that. That's
which feels scary, no? I mean, they kind of did it, no, with WWE.
What I know is when I watch these banged up abroad programs, right, and I see the fucking prisons they end up in, it's easy to avoid that shit. Just don't go them places. It's quite simple.
Hey, Stu, you ever seen videos of what the Dubai prisons look like?
Yeah, I mean the Brazilian prisons, the Turkish prisons.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Dubai.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, shit, that shit looks okay. It's it's weird saying this. It kind of looks nice when you go in, but as you go up, right, they have all those. It's like a fucking. It's like a. You ever go to a hotel? You go to if you go to the middle of the hotel lobby, you can see all the floors, like 10 stories up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their prisons are like.
Yeah, I mean,
shit, you get thrown off that shit.
Joe Lopez.
Right, you stand in the middle of the courtyard. And you look
hang on
up.
a sec. Joe Lopez is not getting my point because he's a fucking dumb motherfucker. I'm sick of that clown. I'm sick of that piece of shit. Where did we find this fucking clown? Can we just get rid of it?
Who is it that's always going at Stu?
It's people like that piece of shit.
What are you saying now?
People wouldn't have voted Trump if it weren't for people like Joe Lopez. But listen, Trump isn't giving up. Trump isn't giving up his weapons arms deal for boxing. Of course he's not. That's not my point. What I'm saying is you can't be looking to deal with Saudi Arabia when they're stealing athletes, world-class athletes. When was the last time a nation stole a world-class athlete? Never happened. It won't happen. You can't do that shit. There's international laws, and they kick in when you do shit like that. So Trump, obviously, his arms deal, he's not going to give it for boxing. No chance. I'm not fucking stealing it. But he'll have no choice if them laws kick in. You can't go around stealing people's. Otherwise, when Floyd came over here, we'd have just kept him. You ain't having him back. You have Ricky Hatton. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the UK would have done us the favor, kept him.
When Mike Tyson come over, you know, when we kept him and sent you Frank Bruno. That's not going to work, is it?
Yeah. All right, we have a super chat. Manuel Rodriguez says Vinnie Mac is highly entertaining. All right, I think a lot of people disagree with you, but it's a free country.
A highly pain in the ass. That's what he is.
Yeah. Mr. Pigeon says world-class camels. Okay.
Yeah. Because all my life, that's the only thing that's missing is me riding a camel.
Yeah, and then they showed like a puddle of water, like it's a big deal. Like the commercial is very short because there's not much to show. I mean, let's be honest. And you can't even go to Mecca because you have to be a Muslim to go to Mecca, right? So I don't know why would you even go to Mecca. But anyways, point is, yeah, they're trying to like diversify their economy. I don't know why they started doing this right now. I guess they were just complacent. They didn't care. I mean, they were getting all this money from oil. You know,
the only Arab country I'm interested in going to is maybe Dubai.
Yeah, it's more, I guess, westernized. I mean,
yeah, I mean, look, they got.
Yeah,
I think they still got those tough Muslim laws. It's just the most famous one.
Don't go anywhere where your fucking life could end by doing something silly.
Exactly.
Don't go anywhere. Why would you do that? It's like when them fucking I don't know where they were. Scandinavian girls got their heads chopped off in Morocco. Now it was disgusting to watch. It made me sick to my stomach. Made me fucking angry as well. But then
wait,
when
you saw this? You seen it?
You saw the video?
Sent me the fucking video, didn't they? And I opened it up and I saw it, man. It was disgusting.
Why would you even watch that shit, man? I don't watch these videos, man, of killers and shit. Like, oh, look at this video. I'm like, no,
real
man.
or not first. Then I realized what it was. I thought, what the fuck are you sending me this for? But I saw it, and I was really angry when I saw it, of course. But then I thought to myself, what's two Scandinavian girls doing in the fucking mountains of Morocco? And this is the insanity of lefties, because they were both lefties, you know they are.
Of course they were.
In this fluffy little world where everyone lives together and there's peace and harmony, they thought they could go to Moroccan mountains and it'd be all right from everyone.
They thought they could go for a walk.
From in the house.
Yo, that's insane, man. That's just.
You don't go to them.
They thought they could go for a nice walk with Mohammed.
What does that mean? Oh, hold on.
I'm just saying. They thought they could.
Views and opinions expressed are those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of BDA Boxing.
Well, they're chilling with Mohammed now because that worked out really well for him. I mean, let's be real. It's fucking when you're two Scandinavian blonde females that are not Muslims, then you got. Oh, it's like going to Morocco, the holiday resorts and places like that. But when you're going to the mountains, that's where all the fucking jihadis are, man. What the fuck is these girls, man? I said, well, their fluffy little ways and fluffy little thinking, they walked into their own oblivion.
Their own ideology got them killed. Sad. So sad.
All right.
Come on, man. You got ISIS.
Jesus. Saudi Arabia, people. Saudi Arabia. Let's see how that goes. Although they already held a boxing.
Bucho, you ever met a girl named ISIS?
No.
So it's like these people that smuggle drugs in these countries, man. Why would you do it? Why would you?
Jeremy Eason in the chat says that the two girls were spies. They were spies.
They were what?
They were spies. They were spies, like secret agents or some shit.
Yeah, of course there were spies. Everyone's spies to them, isn't they?
Spies. They were stupid. They were
stupid little progressive lefties.
Pies. Nah.
Stupid progressive lefties that thought they could go anywhere.
A spy would have known better.
Hey guys, why? I don't understand why they couldn't have been spies. Look at the new James Bond. She's a woman and black.
Look, let's be real.
That's the new James Bond.
Let's be real. A spy is not that dumb. Even if she's a woman.
No, they don't get killed getting her head chopped off. They probably
they probably get killed like
they get locked up and exchanged. They're All right, hold on. Let's Let's take a phone call here. Hold. There might be echo, man. If there's a lot of echo, we'll just keep it short. All right. Here we go. 337. You're on the air. 337.
What's up, family? It's Dead Game Boxing.
Dead Game, what's up? You know what show this is? It's the prediction show. Give us your prediction.
I got Andy Ruiz, 12 round, unanimous decision.
No.
Okay. Well, how come? Like, I thought you said that Joshua is weak and has no chin.
Yeah, I think they both might touch the canvas. I think Andy's gonna do more in the rounds, be a little more flashy. I think he might have AJ on the back foot. I think he's just gonna look a little bit better throughout the fight, and I think he's gonna drop AJ maybe once or twice, or he might get dropped himself. But I think it's gonna go to a 12-round decision.
All right. Anybody wants to challenge him?
Nah, I won't challenge it, but I would just say I don't know if I trust AJ going tit for tat. I think he goes tit for tat. I think he gasses out again and gets stopped. I'm picking, like I said, I'm picking AJ to win because I think AJ basically what I'm banking on is that AJ is gonna see the mistakes and he's gonna capitalize on what he needs to do and make it. It'll be Ruiz will get his, but not enough to rattle AJ. Because I think if he does, I think it goes the other way. I think Ruiz ends up beating him by stoppage. That's all I would say.
Yeah, I think AJ's gonna be strong. AJ's gonna be in shape, like he always is. You know, I think he'll be able to. I'm thinking he's gonna last. He'll be able to last 12 rounds, man. I'm just, I think it'll be a good fight, but definitely Andy's gonna win that fight. I'm saying 12-round decision, but it could be a KO somewhere in between. But definitely picking Andy though.
All right. Do you think that Joshua has any chance of winning this fight?
Man, I don't see it, bro.
I
kind of like. I don't see it.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Maybe
Dead
if
Game.
Andy get food, the only way if Andy get food poison or something. Andy gets sick.
Hey,
Come on, Stu, get on him, Stu.
Hey, Dead Game. Wait, hold on. Dead Game. If Wilder fought Ruiz, how would that go?
Oh man, I would like to see that fight in Mexico City, bro.
No.
I'd like to see that fight either in Mexico City. I'd like to see that fight in Mexico, bro. Preferably on the border. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, more dangerous.
McAllen, Texas, South Texas.
McAllen, oh god.
The Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, in the Valley, man. I would like to see. I think Deontay. We bomb squad here, babe. I like Andy Ruiz, but we already know, man. I think it will just be a matter of time. I don't know. I think round 3 KO Wilder by KO round 3.
Yeah, I was expecting that answer. By the way, somebody in the chat saying that Andy Ruiz winning a decision in a $100 million fight on DAZN Matchroom. That's not very likely.
I was just gutted.
Hey, bro. I don't know, man. That's what it looked like to me.
Let me ask you something,
Dead
Game. Dead Game, let me ask you something. What do you think is going through Wilder's mind? Remember, okay, this is what I mean. Ruiz wins. He can fight Deontay Wilder next, right? Because he works with Al Heyman so they can make that fight happen. Or do you think he secretly wishes Joshua wins because of all the money he can get for that fight? And as Wilder and Wilder fans, you got to be pretty confident that he has a good chance of knocking out Joshua, right? Because we already seen Joshua knocked out before. So what do you think secretly is going on in Wilder's head? I'm going to give you mine. I think Wilder can't admit it. He don't want to, but I think he wants Joshua to win this fight. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, I don't know Joshua's mindset with I don't know, man. I don't want to blame it all on Joshua, but maybe some of the promotion might drag that fight out, because you have mandatories that they're going to start talking about mandatories, and I think with Andy being in the same stable with Wilder, I think that fight would be easier to be made, a lot more easier to be made. I don't think Deontay cares who he fight, I think the money the money's gonna come in, the money's already coming, but me myself, I would like to see him fight both of these guys, man. I would like to see all these guys fight each other.
We agree on that for sure.
We definitely agree on that.
Definitely agree on that.
Guys fight each other.
All right, that game,
all the best fight each other.
Yeah,
it's good for boxing.
All right, that game, we gotta move on. But thanks for the phone call. All right, thanks for the prediction. Take care,
all right,
that
brothers,
game.
All right, bye.
That was that game. Let me switch the mic because there's echo. All right, we also have Jimmy. Jimmy, are you there?
What's up, man? What's going
up?
on?
Prediction show. Jimmy, it's your turn.
Well, I saw it on Boxrec today that they actually wrote an article saying that AJ was hurt again during camp.
Yeah.
Like, can I just say how fucked up that is? That they're either putting out misinformation to maybe make the other kid overconfident, or there is a serious rat in their camp. Because you sign non-disclosure forms, they don't allow cameras in. And if there's cameras that's under their control, tightly under their control, you never hear about it. The only time you hear about it is if there's other kids in the stablemate who happens to see it, lets his friend know, and it gets passed through the grapevine, one of those don't say anything. But to be in a boxing scene article was just odd. Odd. I'm not saying it didn't happen, I just find it odd.
Yeah, but I expect that from the boxing voice, and also, but
it's fake news. It's
Yeah.
fake news.
Is
It originated on Three Kings Media. It was written by I can't think of his name, but he's associated with Barbershop, so let's leave it at that.
Oh, there you go. That's all you need to say.
There's no real media.
That's it.
There's no media in the training as of yet. They're gonna do an open workout on Wednesday, but as of yet, ever since the get-go, there hasn't been any media involved. I could go more into
According
that.
to
A good trainer should record all sparring sessions. Should have cameras set up, on a tripod, at least 3 different angles. You know what I
they
mean?
do
So you
for
can watch-
Joshua's, they just don't
Yeah.
release it.
Exactly. Yeah, they usually do that way. They can sit down later and point to it, because it's kind of hard to translate that while somebody's in the middle of a fight. You don't want to stop somebody all the time. That's correct. So it's always better to get that with this. The fucking used to drive Mickey crazy. We'd use the fucking the spot. You know what I mean? The things that make cats crazy. Stop using that fucking thing. You tell Dickie. Dickie say, "No, here, Mickey. Get that thing the fuck out of here." Yeah, but. Yeah, so I would I just find it odd. So I'm glad you played that up. So it is fake news. I just think is Joshua. I think obviously he's not going to take him not as serious, because nobody's going to tell me that didn't have a play in it. I don't think he took Ruiz that serious. Not to take away from Rozier's performance and medicine in my mouth. That's why I'm talking like a moron. But yeah. So I think he's going to come in better shape. Obviously, it's not like this kid still can't bang. He just hasn't. I don't know. It's just it's a hard fucking fight to predict. I mean, my heart, I want to see Ruiz because it's a good story. He's a good kid. You hear what he did for his family. I'm happy for him. I'd like to see that continue, spread the wealth. Mexicans have never had a heavyweight champ, so it's good for that. They've done enough for the sport. So, I don't know, though. Was it in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, yeah.
In the near Saudi Arabia, yeah.
And who's the judges? Does anybody know who the judges they've been announced?
Yeah, Steve Gray, Feldman, and Russell.
And the
I don't know,
referee
that-
is the dude who refereed Klitschko Povetkin. Yep.
Now, when's the fight? This Saturday?
Yes, sir. I believe 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Matrix is 0.
I would Damn, I don't know, man. My fucking heart says Ruiz, but my head's saying I think fucking AJ is gonna just, if he has the condition and he uses his length and he still can hit hard. If it goes to decision, I can't see Ruiz. You know, he's the better boy. I don't know, man. This is fucked. It's probably the hardest prediction I've had to make all year for me, anyways.
Gotta do it, Jimmy.
Got to do it. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say fuck it. I'll say AJ by decision.
Unanimous? Majority? Split?
Okay. Oh, unanimous. Yeah. I think
Okay.
if they're gonna fuck him, they'll fuck him all the way. No. Yeah, but I would say majority. I know a unanimous decision.
Okay. A lot of people going that way.
Yeah, I went that way.
I actually wanted to change mine to that after I seen the 3 judges.
You want to change it?
I want to change it to a decision. I think they're aiming for a decision with the referee and the judges.
I want to change mine to a fixed 10th round TKO.
Oh, oh man. Here we go.
Still there. It's still there.
I don't know. Stu, are you there? It's passing out.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Stu's going to call me all kind of names.
It's one of them ones where you just don't really know. You just fucking guess. It's all guesswork at the end of the day, isn't it?
Well, depends on which fight. I mean, this fight is 50-50. I'm looking at the predictions over here, and it's pretty much 50-50.
What do the bookies have it?
Let me check.
Joshua's slight favorite.
Yeah,
Joshua's
probably. Yeah,
slight
makes
favorite.
sense.
Okay. Interesting. Well, not, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
All right, let me
I
check.
kind of lean towards the bookies always.
Go ahead.
Not all the time, but I lean towards the bookies. They know what they're talking about.
Well, right now they don't know anything because it's pretty like 50-50. So, well, they probably know. Yeah.
How you boys got the Povetkin Hunter fight going down?
Hunter late stoppage.
I was gonna say decision.
You know, Hunter is such on a nice run, man, that he looks good at heavyweight. I might go. I'm going with Hunter so far.
Me too.
I've realised with these cruiserweights that are going up, they just look so much faster than these big lumps.
Yeah,
that's
what it is. They're beating these guys with speed.
They just look so much faster, so much crisper with the punches, and the size is not mattering too much because they're getting their head fucking teed up on every time.
And listen, these cruiserweights, they're boxers who had to make weight, right? These other heavyweights are just lazy now, fat. They don't give a fuck about the weight. Obviously, it's unlimited, right? So, I mean, it's a different ballgame, man. The cruiserweight is like a real division. You make weight, you're fast. These are people are fat.
I think you're right.
Hunter and Usyk are both actually quite big as well. Like, I know they're not as big as the major-sized heavyweights, but they're not tiny, man. These guys are 6'3".
They're big enough, but what I'm saying is they've still got that cruiserweight fighting style about physique, much quicker on their feet, a lot faster punches, just in and out of range. Do you know what I mean? It's just a lot nicer on the eye to look at. It's with some of these heavyweights, they're sloppy and slow, and I think that's why Hunter's doing really well at the moment because he's getting in there with guys and he's just too quick for them.
I think Hunter beats Povetkin because at this point he's a little older, but Povetkin is a nice styles matchup because he's a heavyweight that you need skills because he was always undersized, right?
That's right.
But we already saw when he fought a cruiserweight that went up when he was younger, and that's Marco Huck, who I thought could have won that fight, man.
Yeah. Well, because
he could have at least drawn with him.
Hook was quite explosive himself, and he threw a lot of punches. Like I said, I like these heavyweights; they're blowing after a combination. These cruiserweights will fire punches. Go and watch the Marco Huck Afalabi fights. Whatever his name is, I think Afalabi. I think his name is. Can't remember. Yeah. That's right. I'm right. Yeah. I mean, them 3 fights there, man. I mean, they're just toe-to-toe action for 12 rounds. You're not going to get that in the heavyweight division. So it just makes Usyk's win over Hunter because I know Usyk got a bit of stick for that performance in America, especially.
He almost killed him in the 12th round, bro.
Yeah,
He literally
Usyk,
almost killed Hunter.
I'm surprised Hunter come back and became the fighter he did, because that was a major beat and it could have ruined his career. But he got a lot of stick Usyk after that. But that's looking a very good win at the moment, isn't it? That Hunter win.
Of course, it's looking better. I'm happy that Hunter recovered from that kind of beating, because I'm like, ref, you need to stop that fight. He's getting killed.
Yeah, fuck, man.
You're beating the shit out of him.
That's what I'm thinking. Since this event is stacked with heavyweights, how's that gonna turn out if all of them are not real exciting? They should have thrown in some lightweights for the Arabs to watch.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy as a boxing fan.
Yeah, me too. I think, like I said, they're casual boxing fans. They want to see heavyweights, mate. Like most.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, heavyweight.
I think what's going to happen is, like, there's 5 fights on the card, and 3 of them are ending in stoppage. 3 minimum. Like, White's going to stop Wach, whether it's a KO or a TKO, doesn't matter. Wach is shot to pieces. Majidov's going to take Tom Little's little fat and pikey head off his shoulders. And then you've got what's his face.
Are they going to fly in replacements?
You got Hrgovic and
or they're going to have,
Molina.
like, where they have a break in between, like the last show?
You got Hrgovic.
I think they
and
might
Molina.
have a break in between. I think there's going to be, like, little intervals and everything.
There's no way Molina's surviving, right?
Molina's getting starched by Hrgo.
Hey, Pete, you can jump in, man.
I
We
don't think
introduced you
they'll
a
fly
while
in too
ago.
many fill-ins, right?
You wanna
Rival?
jump in?
I don't think they'll have some guys on hold just in
I
case
want to
it
see
ends
that
quick.
kid fight. Hrgovic. I think I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, Hrgo.
Yeah, there's interesting fights for us boxing fans, because we want to see Hunter, how he progressed in the heavy division, Hrgovic. But yeah, Gonzalo is right. These might be stinkers. Just letting you know.
But Povetkin is a nice litmus test for a guy like Hunter. Look, I know he's 40, right?
Yeah, he's 40 already, huh?
Yeah, but
what do you mean already? Povetkin's been around for.
I thought he was like 37 or something.
No, he's
No,
he's
you're
40
right.
now.
He's. Oh, anyways.
What year did Povetkin win gold?
Yeah, exactly. He was like
I
20,
think
late
he won
20s,
it
no?
in 90. No, not 90. Excuse me. He won it in.
Was it at Athens or was it at 2000? Was it Sydney?
I think it was 2004.
Athens.
Was it 2000 or 2004?
Yeah.
Oh wow! No, I couldn't. It can't be 2000. No.
No, 2004.
That's fucking Miguel Cotto fucking shit going there.
Hold on, Klitschko won in '96 and Povetkin won in 04. 8 years
Shepard
apart.
says 2004.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take his
yeah,
word
it was
for
Athens because Klitschko and Povetkin's gold medals are 8 years apart.
Yeah, because
Klitschko was 96, man.
Audley Harrison win it in 2000.
Huh?
Yes.
What year did Audley Harrison win it in?
2008, no?
No, that was
2004.
2008 was Beijing, fam.
No, I think Audley Harrison won it in
2000.
2000, like I said, yeah.
Oh, all right.
He won it in between. He won it in between Povetkin
Klitschko and Povetkin.
Klitschko, Povetkin, yeah.
Unless, wait, hold on. Did Povetkin win his at super heavyweight or heavyweight? That's a good question.
Must have been heavyweight.
I think it was heavyweight.
Yeah. Super is what?
Yeah.
220?
So who won in 2004 at super heavyweight?
2004.
I don't fucking know the amateurs that well.
Me neither, man. I don't know. Who was this Italian guy who was winning all the time?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That's like he never told-
Camarelli or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that the one Joshua robbed?
I think so.
Anthony
Actually,
Joshua's
yeah.
been on- When did Anthony Joshua win? Because he's been around for a long time too.
Well, he won it in 2012 against that Italian guy you was just talking about.
Yeah.
Camarelli, that's the one. I think a lot of people had.
Yeah, Camarelli won
winner.
in 2004 super heavyweight.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Camarelli, yeah. By the way, people, hit the like button. Support Mr. BDA. Support BDA boxing.
Looking at it right now, Mark. He won in 2000.
Like button.
Looks like one.
Like button.
I remember seeing Anthony Joshua cover the
got
Ring
one point-
magazine
I got
a
1
long
point
time
ahead
ago.
of you. I got a point over Mark.
Congratulations.
Hey, Mark, my last video on my channel, I'm talking to Mark. Just check it out.
What is it
Okay.
about?
Just talking boxing. Nah, he's a cat. He's a casual, but he has.
All right, guys, we're gonna end the show. I need some sleep.
Go fuck
Passing
yourself,
out.
mate.
All right,
Go fuck yourself.
time to end the show. You gotta go home, people. You gotta go home.
Nah, real fast. I want to say this. Steven, what's your fucking issue with me, man?
Who? Steven Schneider.
He leaves comments about me arrogance, and whenever I get something wrong, he brings it up, and he never fucking says anything when I get things right.
You on about Steve?
He even mentioned me the other day on a show because of like that I've ruined pound for pound from. It's your list. It's subjective to you. Do your own thing. Jesus.
Is that Steven Schneider?
Yeah, Encyclopedia Snyder's like that. He can be like
Yeah,
that
Steven
sometimes.
Schneider is he's cool, bro, but fuck with you.
I actually like it when you're getting things wrong. Unrivaled, it makes you seem human.
Yeah, right. What makes you seem human? Makes you seem beatable.
Hey, Bucho.
Yeah.
I can't see the comments. Just wanted to ask real quick because I got a DM. Actually, he's asked me a few times, and I keep slipping my mind. Is Ketchnello still
yeah.
on?
Eagle
is he
told
still
me.
in the fucking?
Cachnello, if you're listening to us, did you get banned on Twitter? Because Haymanites is asking for you.
Yeah,
So-
big time. He's DM'd me like 4 times.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it.
What's happened to Canelo? What's happened to that guy?
Well,
He
he's
got
on
banned.
Twitter. He's usually on
in
Twitter.
youth
That's
prison.
yeah, but they kicked him out. He said something, and so Twitter blocked his account, and so we don't know where he is. So Cachnello, if you're there, contact us.
We gotta put up a movement. Free.
Thank you,
Cachnello.
man.
Free Cachnello.
Free
Exactly,
Cachnello.
right? Free
Free
Ketchnello. Yeah, no, I guess he was telling that dude's Haymanites about that he had a couple of people, I guess, target you, and I guess the key words from what I was told is retard and faggot. Those 2 words,
Oh,
and
my God.
trainee. Those 3 words, I guess, are almost a guaranteed now on Twitter that they suspend your page.
I don't know why anyone waste their time on that fucking Twitter. Load of shit.
I just use
There's
it.
a good
I
boxing community there.
I just use it. Just no, it's a fucking. It's just a fucking. It's a bit of vile hive of hate. But I get, you know what I mean. But I try not to interact with too many knuckleheads.
All right,
But,
guys, gotta bounce. So
all right, gentlemen, you have a great night.
Take care. Thanks
Good
for
night,
joining us,
gentlemen.
everybody. In the chat, quick shout out. Mr. Pigeon, Mike Tyson, Uncle Burnt Apostrophe, SSB28, Saint Brit, Pink Panther, GM Strong, The Fight Scout. Who was there? James Wood, Steven Schneider, of course. The Shipper Sons was there, Saint Brit, Nats Mendoza, obviously. Who else? Come on. Anyways, all you guys, thanks for joining us. Sina Mosea, of course. We'll see you next time. Bomb City, also Triple JJJ. We'll see you next time. Take care. Oh, don't forget to check out our Discord page. Link in the description. 24/7 live chat. Discord. Get the app. Link in the description. Oh, and like the video, please. Hey, what the fuck is this song? What the fuck is this? Oh yeah.
I'm disappointed
There we
in
go.
everyone of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in everyone. Totally fuck. Disappointed in everyone of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in everyone.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.